Someone wants forever with you, but God needs you to pay attention. My beloved child, listen closely, because from the very first breath of this story, a quiet storm is rising around you, a whisper traveling through time and destiny, calling your name in a way you have never felt before. There is someone, unseen yet deeply present, whose heart has chosen you in a way that feels eternal, someone who does not just want moments or seasons, but forever with you, not in fleeting promises, not in borrowed emotions, but in a connection that feels written into your life long before you understood what love truly meant. As you walk through your days, as you carry your unspoken wounds, your unshared fears, your quiet hopes, there is a soul who watches your strength and your softness, who is humbled by your resilience, who feels your presence echoing through their memories and their dreams, and yet, beyond that longing, beyond that devotion, there is a gentle, divine voice urging you to pause, urging you to notice the signs placed in your path, urging you to pay attention to what truly matters before forever can unfold the way it is meant to. Because something is aligning, something is shifting, and every second you stay here, something deeper draws closer, like a door slowly opening that you were never meant to miss. In this moment, imagine the world slowing down around you, footsteps fading, noise dissolving, the chaos of your routine turning silent, and within that silence, a realization begins to glow inside your heart, fragile yet powerful, like a hidden truth finally stepping into the light. There is love around you that feels fated, yet fate does not move without awareness, and awareness does not awaken unless your soul listens with intention. The person who wants forever with you feels every distance, every unsent message, every memory that lingers between you like an unfinished sentence still waiting to be spoken. They hold your presence as a blessing, yet they also carry questions, hesitations, unhealed stories that intertwine with your own. And while they reach toward you in spirit, while they whisper your name into their future, God gently places a hand over your heart and says, "Not yet, not blindly, not without understanding what this moment is trying to teach you. For there is a reason you crossed paths, a reason you felt that spark, a reason your heart paused when theirs entered your world, and that reason is not just affection, it is preparation, awakening, alignment, a calling to look deeper than emotion and recognize the lessons shaping the foundation beneath your forever." There are times when you have felt overlooked, times when you questioned whether you were meant to be chosen, times when love felt like a test instead of a gift, and yet, in the quiet chambers of your life, something greater has always been protecting you, watching you step through heartbreak, guiding you away from what was never meant to stay, leading you toward moments that shaped your strength in ways you rarely acknowledge. That strength is the reason someone now sees forever in you, not because you are perfect, not because your story has been easy, but because your soul carries a rare depth that only time and struggle could create. Still, God does not want you to rush toward forever just because it feels warm, comforting, or destined. You are being asked to notice the details, the intentions behind words, the truth behind actions, the energy behind presence. You are being asked to notice whether this love nurtures your spirit or only entertains your loneliness, whether it lifts your courage or feeds your uncertainty, whether it honors your worth or silently asks you to shrink. The divine message unfolding before you is not a warning of loss, it is a reminder of value, a sacred invitation to choose consciously rather than emotionally, to step toward forever not as someone seeking rescue, but as someone standing fully awake. Feel the suspense in the air around you now, the sense that something extraordinary is approaching, something that does not simply happen, but reveals itself layer by layer as your awareness unfolds. The one who wants forever with you feels that same tension, that same pull, as if life is preparing both of you for a turning point that cannot be ignored. They sense the gravity of what your presence means in their life, and in their quiet moments, they wonder whether they are ready to rise into the version of themselves that your future would require. While they reflect, God turns toward you and asks you to pay attention to the rhythms of your emotions, to the whispers in your intuition, to the subtle signals that appear in your path like hidden markers guiding your direction. Every coincidence, every unexpected thought, every sudden memory that returns to you, none of it is random. Something within your journey is aligning with purpose, and before forever can arrive, you are being invited to step into clarity. To ask yourself what you truly want. To honor the truth you have avoided. To see not just the beauty of love, but the responsibility of forever. And as this message rests in your heart, you begin to feel that this is not just a story, it is a turning point, a threshold, a moment where your life gently shifts from question to awakening. The love that wants forever with you is not leaving, it is waiting on the other side of awareness, standing quietly in the space where intention meets destiny. God is not delaying your happiness, He is protecting its foundation, ensuring that when forever comes, it does not tremble under uncertainty but stands firm in truth, alignment, and emotional clarity. So breathe in this moment, feel the gravity of what surrounds you, and understand that something profound is unfolding in your life, something that asks you not to rush, not to fear, but to stay present, attentive, aware. Because the path ahead is not ordinary, and the story you are living is on the brink of revealing something extraordinary. The kind of revelation that changes how you see love, how you see destiny, and how you see yourself, forever. My beloved child, in this unfolding moment of destiny, the air around you begins to shimmer with unseen meaning, as if every memory, every silent ache, every fragile hope you ever carried is rising to the surface, urging you to truly feel what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. There is someone who still holds your presence like a sacred promise, someone whose soul reaches toward you with devotion that refuses to fade, someone who believes that forever is not merely a dream but a responsibility they are willing to grow into, yet before that forever can bloom into reality, God is gently lifting the veil before your eyes, asking you to awaken, to notice, to understand what your spirit has been overlooking. The story of your life is not drifting, it is intensifying, gathering momentum like a wave that has been forming quietly beneath the surface. And as this energy rises, you begin to sense that your journey is no longer just about longing or emotion, it is about alignment, awareness, and the courage to see the truth beneath the surface of love. There is a powerful revelation waiting at the edge of your awareness, the kind of realization that makes your heart tremble not in fear, but in recognition, because deep within you, there is a part of your soul that already knows why this connection feels different, why this person's presence lingers in your spirit even when distance or silence stretches between you. They look at your strength and see not just beauty, but destiny. They look at your vulnerability and see not weakness, but grace. They look at your scars and see the story that shaped you into someone extraordinary. Yet God is asking you to pause, to pay attention to the sacred lessons hidden in this connection, to reflect on whether this forever is meant to complete you or to awaken you. For sometimes, love arrives not to claim you, but to prepare you, to teach you what you deserve, to remind you of the boundaries you once ignored, to strengthen your voice so that when you finally choose your forever, you choose it from a place of clarity rather than longing. If these words resonate with the quiet corners of your heart, share this awakening with those who walk a similar path. Share it like a guiding light for souls who are still learning to listen to the whispers of their own destiny. Look back for a moment at all the seasons you've survived, the nights when your heart felt heavy but you still carried hope, the days when you loved deeply even when the world did not return that love in equal measure, the moments when you gave more than you had because you believed in the goodness of connection. Those experiences were never punishment, they were preparation, shaping your spirit into someone capable of carrying real forever, not fragile promises that fade with time. And now, as someone stands in the distance wanting eternity with you, God asks you to look not only at their desire, but at their readiness. Are they growing with you, or just holding on to you? Are they honoring your worth, or simply fearing your absence? Are they walking toward your future with courage, or waiting for you to carry the weight alone? Your voice matters here, your emotions matter here, your truth matters here, and as this story unfolds, your perspective becomes a part of something larger. Let your thoughts flow like a quiet echo into the world, let your reflections be spoken, let your heart's truth be heard the way others share theirs, because every comment of courage, every expression of honesty becomes another thread in the tapestry of awakening that surrounds you. And now feel how the atmosphere grows heavier with anticipation, how every heartbeat feels like a step closer to something life-changing, how every breath carries the sense that destiny is no longer standing silently in the background, it is moving toward you with intention. The one who wants forever with you can feel this shift as well. They sense the gravity of your presence, the rarity of your spirit, and they stand at the crossroads of choice, questioning whether they are ready to rise into the version of themselves that your future will require. God watches this moment with patience, guiding your awareness toward every subtle sign, every quiet instinct, every inner nudge that asks you to see beyond emotion and into truth. This journey is not about rushing toward forever, it is about protecting your purpose, safeguarding your peace, and honoring the divine timing that shapes your path. If your heart feels aligned with this unfolding revelation, if your spirit feels called to walk deeper into this journey, let your presence continue along this path as if subscribing not to a channel, but to your own transformation, allowing your growth, your healing, and your awakening to guide you forward like a sacred commitment to your soul. And as this chapter of your story settles into your heart, you begin to understand that you are standing in a rare and powerful moment of awareness, a moment where past, present, and destiny gently meet in front of you. The love that wants forever with you is not vanishing, it is evolving, waiting in the space where truth replaces illusion and clarity replaces confusion. God is not withholding joy from you, He is shaping it, refining it, strengthening its foundation so that when forever finally arrives, it does not tremble under doubt but stands unwavering in honesty, respect, and spiritual alignment. So breathe into this moment, let its meaning rest softly within you, and remain present with the unfolding mystery of your journey, because something extraordinary is still approaching, something profound is still forming, and the story of your life is moving toward a revelation that will not just change how you love, it will change how you see yourself, your worth, and the future that is destined to rise before you. My beloved child, as this journey deepens, the world around you feels as though it is holding its breath, as if every unseen moment, every silent thought, every fragile memory has gathered here to reveal a truth you were always meant to encounter. The one who wants forever with you still carries your presence like a quiet miracle, still feels your absence like an echo lingering inside their chest, still believes that your name is woven into the fabric of their future. But beyond their longing, beyond their emotion, beyond every silent hope beating inside them, God is guiding your awareness into a place far deeper than attachment, far stronger than sentiment, far more sacred than desire. You are being asked to look at your life not from the lens of what feels comforting, but from the depth of what feels aligned with your spirit. Something extraordinary is forming in the shadows of your becoming, something that asks you to rise into clarity instead of drifting into illusion, something that whispers that destiny is not simply found, it is chosen with intention, courage, and truth. There are moments in your past where you loved deeply, where you waited patiently, where you believed that loyalty alone would be enough to secure forever, and yet, life showed you that not every connection was meant to last, that not every promise was strong enough to carry the weight of your heart. Those experiences did not break you, they awakened you. They sharpened your intuition, they strengthened your boundaries, they taught you the priceless difference between being wanted and being valued. Now, as someone stands in the distance yearning for eternity with you, your soul is wiser, quieter, more discerning than before. You no longer seek love that rushes, or love that clings, or love that fears. You seek love that grows, love that respects, love that stands beside you with emotional maturity and spiritual depth. And in this moment, God asks you to pay attention not to what sounds beautiful, but to what feels true, to the consistency in their actions, to the sincerity in their growth, to the honesty in their intentions. Slowly, a realization begins to unfold inside you, not loud, not dramatic, but powerful, like a doorway opening within your inner world. You begin to understand that forever is not just a promise someone makes to you, it is a responsibility they must be prepared to carry. The one who longs for you may feel destined, but destiny does not thrive in hesitation, avoidance, or emotional uncertainty. It thrives in effort, accountability, courage, and awareness. God is inviting you to see whether this connection elevates your peace or quietly drains it, whether it supports your purpose or distracts you from it, whether it nourishes your spirit or simply fills your loneliness. This is the moment where you are asked to choose not from fear of losing someone, but from love for your own growth. The suspense you feel is not about whether they will stay, it is about whether they will rise to meet the level of love your soul now requires. Feel the intensity surrounding this stage of your journey, the sense that something monumental is approaching, something that will redefine the direction of your heart. The person who wants forever with you senses this too. They feel the weight of your worth, the depth of your spirit, the rare strength of your presence. They stand before a choice that is not simply about loving you, it is about evolving for you. And while they stand at that threshold, God keeps your heart under divine protection, guiding you gently, ensuring that you do not shrink, do not settle, do not silence your inner wisdom for the sake of emotional comfort. You are being lifted into a season where your value is no longer negotiable, where your future is guarded by awareness, where your heart is aligned not with fantasy, but with truth. And as this part of your story rests within you, you begin to sense that your life is nearing a revelation, one that will not unfold in noise or chaos, but in profound clarity. The love that wants forever with you is still present, still waiting, still hoping, yet the outcome of this journey will not be shaped by longing alone, but by growth, alignment, and the readiness of both souls to step consciously into what forever truly means. God is guiding every step, preparing every moment, ensuring that when the truth reveals itself, it does not confuse you, it frees you. So remain here in awareness, remain here in stillness, remain here in strength, because the next turning point is drawing closer, and what awaits ahead has the power not only to transform your understanding of love, but to transform the way you see your destiny, your worth, and the extraordinary future rising quietly before you. My beloved child, at this trembling crossroad of destiny, the atmosphere around your life grows heavier with meaning, as if every unanswered prayer, every silent night, every moment where you stood in quiet strength has gathered here to reveal a truth that can no longer remain hidden. The one who wants forever with you still feels your presence like a guiding light in their darkness, still carries your memory as a promise they are afraid to lose, still looks toward the future and sees your name etched into it with unshakable devotion, yet God is gently unfolding a deeper layer of awareness within you, asking you not just to feel this connection, but to understand it. Something larger than emotion is moving through your story now, something sacred, something purposeful, something that reminds you that forever is not just about love, it is about alignment between two evolving souls. This moment is not meant to rush you, it is meant to awaken you, to lift your perception higher so you can see the difference between a heart that longs for you and a heart that is truly prepared to walk beside you. There is a powerful silence inside you now, a silence that does not come from confusion, but from recognition, because your spirit is beginning to see the patterns, the lessons, the cycles you once ignored when love felt overwhelming. You remember the seasons where you stayed even when your heart was tired, where you believed effort alone could fix what lacked intention, where you carried emotional weight that was never meant to rest entirely on your shoulders. Those chapters did not dim your worth, they revealed it. They taught you how to honor your boundaries, how to protect your peace, how to recognize when love is sincere and when it is only afraid of being alone. And now, as someone reaches for forever with you, God asks you to look not only at how deeply they feel, but at how deeply they grow. Notice whether their words evolve into actions, whether their hopes evolve into responsibility, whether their affection evolves into emotional maturity. If these realizations resonate with your journey, let this truth be carried like a shared reflection between souls, a message others may one day recognize within their own path, the way you now recognize it within yours. Look closely at the path unfolding before you, because this is the moment where your life quietly separates the temporary from the eternal, the emotional rush from the spiritual alignment, the desire to be chosen from the readiness to build a future. The person who wants forever with you stands at a turning point of their own, aware that your presence is not ordinary, aware that your spirit is not replaceable, aware that loving you requires a level of commitment that cannot remain halfway. They feel the gravity of your worth, and in that gravity, they are being called to either rise into responsibility or step back with honesty. God, in His quiet protection over your heart, asks you to pay attention to how they respond to this moment, not in grand gestures, but in consistency, humility, and growth. Your life has reached a stage where your peace is sacred, your time is valuable, and your heart no longer moves toward what merely feels intense, it moves toward what feels true, steady, and spiritually aligned. And as you reflect upon this unfolding, your voice, your truth, your emotions, your awareness, becomes a living expression of strength, like a heartfelt reflection shared with the world, echoing courage in the unseen spaces where other souls are still learning to honor their own worth. Feel how the suspense deepens now, not as fear, but as anticipation, because what is approaching is not chaos, but clarity. The one who longs for forever with you senses that your spirit is no longer standing where it once stood. They feel that you are no longer guided by longing alone, but by wisdom, purpose, and divine direction. This realization awakens something within them, a question of whether they are ready to evolve, whether they are prepared to meet the standard of love your journey has shaped within you. And while they wrestle with this transformation, God continues to guide your awareness gently, reminding you that you are not required to chase, to plead, or to wait in uncertainty. You are being lifted into a chapter where love must walk in alignment with your healing, where commitment must match your depth, where forever must honor your becoming. If your heart feels aligned with this unfolding growth, allow yourself to remain connected to this path the way one remains devoted to their own transformation, not as a ritual, but as a promise to continue choosing awareness, strength, and emotional clarity. And as this part of your story settles inside you like a quiet revelation, you begin to realize that you are no longer standing in the same version of yourself who once begged for reassurance, who once tolerated confusion, who once mistook intensity for destiny. You are standing in a new version of your spirit, grounded, awakened, guided. The love that wants forever with you is still present, still reaching, still hoping, but now, the future of this connection rests not in longing, but in readiness. God is shaping every step, ensuring that when the truth finally reveals itself, it does not leave you uncertain, it leaves you free. Free to choose love with wisdom. Free to protect your peace without guilt. Free to walk forward knowing that whatever remains in your life will do so because it matches your growth, your purpose, and your worth. Something even deeper is approaching, a moment where everything hidden begins to make sense, where destiny moves from silence into revelation, and where your heart finally understands why this journey had to unfold exactly the way it did. My beloved child, in this final turning point of your journey, the air around your destiny feels illuminated, as though every unanswered question, every silent longing, every moment of waiting has converged into a single, life-defining realization. The one who wants forever with you still holds your presence like a sacred treasure, still feels your name echoing through their future, still believes that your soul is woven into the chapters yet to come. But now, beyond longing, beyond hope, beyond every fragile expectation, God brings you into the highest place of awareness, where emotion is no longer clouded by uncertainty and truth stands clear before you. This is where you finally understand that love is not proven by how tightly someone wants to hold you, it is proven by how deeply they are willing to grow for you. Forever is not found in promises spoken under fragile emotions, it is found in conscious choices, emotional responsibility, spiritual alignment, and readiness that does not tremble under time. You begin to see your entire story from a higher perspective, as though every heartbreak, every closed door, every painful lesson was never there to punish you, but to refine the way you choose love. You realize that some people entered your life to awaken your strength. Some to awaken your boundaries, some to awaken your clarity, and this soul who wants forever with you has awakened your awareness. They were a mirror, reflecting not only what you hoped for, but what you now require. And in this moment, God asks you one final question: does this connection elevate your purpose, or does it delay it? Does it nurture your peace, or does it quietly disturb it? Does it walk beside your future, or does it simply hold on to your past? The answer does not come from fear, nor from longing, but from a place of deep stillness inside you, a place where your soul already knows what must remain and what must gently release. For love that is meant for you will never ask you to shrink, to doubt, or to sacrifice the truth of who you are becoming. The person who wants forever with you now stands before a choice greater than desire. They are called to rise, to evolve, to step into the maturity that forever requires. Some souls are ready, some are still learning, some are merely dreaming of a future they are not yet prepared to build. And as God guides your perception, you begin to understand that you are not here to wait for someone to grow into the love you deserve. You are here to walk forward in faith, trusting that what is aligned with your destiny will walk beside you willingly. If this soul truly belongs in your forever, they will transform not because they fear losing you, but because they honor your worth and honor the calling upon your life. If they cannot rise, then their purpose in your story was to awaken you, not to stay. And in that acceptance, you do not lose, you ascend into a higher chapter of yourself. The suspense that once lived in your heart now transforms into clarity, strength, and peace. You no longer ask whether someone wants forever with you. You know that your life is guided by divine purpose, and whatever remains in it must align with that purpose fully. You walk forward not with hesitation, but with quiet courage, trusting that God has already prepared connections, opportunities, and relationships that will meet you at the level of your growth, not the level of your loneliness. The one who truly walks into your forever will not only choose you, they will be ready for you. They will cherish your presence, respect your boundaries, support your calling, and grow beside you in truth and alignment. That is the forever you are being prepared for, not fragile, not incomplete, but whole. And as this final realization settles into your spirit, you feel something shift, not outside of you, but within you. You are no longer standing in uncertainty, you are standing in awareness, in strength, in divine alignment with your future. The love that was meant to awaken you has fulfilled its purpose, and now your path opens towards something greater, a future where your heart is honored, your soul is understood, and your destiny is no longer delayed by hesitation or doubt. Whatever is meant for you will stay, not because it clings, but because it is ready. And as you step forward into this unfolding future, you carry a truth that can never again be silenced, that your worth is sacred, your journey is protected, and your forever will arrive not through confusion, but through clarity, purpose, and divine timing.